Hello and welcome to our first impressions video brought to you by MMO Play. Today I'm taking a look at a new upcoming, I guess I'd call it an action RPG called Legends of Aethereus. It is kind of a Roman style RPG. I'm a little sad. That means it's not fantasy, there's no mages. Just want to show the settings a little bit. Pretty good settings, and it's also the game is attempting to go through Steam Greenlight. So if you like what you see, go support them on Steam. Maybe they can get on Greenlight and can see the game available in the future there. You can see there are two different groups. There's inventors and officers. I'm gonna go with the inventors. So let's go look at character creation. Alright, here we go. Got a basic character. You see, it might be Roman, but there are guns. You can get guns, you can get melee weapons, you can get bows, crossbows, all kinds of different things. But no magic. There's also turrets, bombs, all kinds of just technology in the game. This is an inventor. Maybe that's why they're the inventors. These are some of the different options for customizing your character. I'm not going to go too much into detail on that. If you like it, go and check out the game when it's available for everyone else. Hopefully on Greenlight. So, it does have WASD movement. There is a pretty good tutorial. It is voice acted too. It looks like sounds like some of the voices might be temporary. And there's tutorials for teaching you some of the basics. There is PvP in the multiplayer. This is a single-player campaign, though, so I'm not going to do that too much right now. It looks like we have 3 resources: health, stamina, and I wonder if the third one's mana. I didn't see any actual spell-like abilities, but maybe they're later in the game. For the most part, though, I was seeing a lot of technology. Maybe it's because I'm an inventor. That's the race, class I am. Just want to look around the world a little bit. The graphics, graphic fidelity, pretty decent for a free-to-play game. It looks actually pretty nice.
Sabina has read. Hurry, we must find that temple stone keeper.
I will say the combat is, I don't know if I'd call it clunky, but it's just different than you'd expect. We'll see the pacing in a second. Another thing is the attributes. Attributes are kind of cool. There are, I think they called it bilinear. You have each attribute kind of corresponds and conflicts with another attribute. So you can only have 100 in each row. So I can have a combined 100 strength and agility. That means I can, bilateral. I cannot have 100 strength and 80 agility. I can have 80-20. So it's just one way to balance the characters out. That means when you get to 300 total stat points, you're done. So let's take a look at the skill system too. In addition to getting stat points at level, you get skill trees. And these are not what we would normally expect. This is actually different technologies, different weapons I can use. So I can put down, you can see you got some for bombs, mines, turrets. And how you do is you unlock them, you click on the little arrow right above them. So there we go, and I can confirm that. Now I got access to it. It'll go in my hotbar too. I did have a little trouble figuring out how to replace ones that have already been on there, so it's something else I have to look at in the future for myself. But there you go, I can get a variety of weapons here. I'm going to actually build towards turrets. Turrets do some auto-firing for me. So that's a look at the skill system. You can see all the different technologies available. You can unlock them, and they do have all the prereqs kind of labeled up with the arrows. So let's look at some combat. Alright, here's a boss fight in the second mission. You can see I did get my turret. I've laid it down. It does take resources. There is a pretty interesting crafting system in the game that uses resources. So if you're using them up on that, you might not have them available for this. And if you're using them on for building these technology items, you might not have it available to craft items. So it's kind of a balancing act. This guy's kind of a little complicated fight. He keeps doing the AoE stomps. You want to stay away. Always knocks you back. It kind of hurts and got a little annoying, but in this case, I'm kind of just running around in circles letting the turret do the work for me. I could be actually dropping mines and grenades on him too if I wanted. You can see I got pretty much my entire action bar full. Also, towards the right of my action bar, there are consumables. I have health potions, stuff like that too. I think 5 is my turret, 6 is another turret, and then 7. No, 6 turret, 7 turret, 8, 9, 10 are consumables. And then 1 through 4 are bombs and mines. So he's run over a mine and take some damage. And he got knocked over too. So let's look at some more melee kind of combat. So the last guy was pretty hard to deal with because he had that nasty AoE. This guy doesn't have that, so we're going to actually get into melee. I am... Whoops. Oh, friendly fire. Look out. So again, I was saying the combat was a little bit slow and maybe felt clunky, or it just maybe feels like it has a lot of weight behind the attacks. So there's different combinations. Here's one. You hold your click, and when you let go, it does a dodge or a charge attack on them. There's one where you can click side strafe while you hit, and it hits to the side. There's different combinations. There's a tutorial in-game that shows all the different styles of combinations. You do have to memorize them. It's not just set up automatically. But it does kind of a brawler feel to it with that combo system. And there's one other part to the game that's interesting that normally I don't look into in the first impressions, but this time we're going to. And that is the crafting system. And apparently it's windy in this blacksmith, although maybe it's the fire in the blacksmith. So you come over here and tell me you want to craft something, pick what you want. I want a crossbow, two-handed crossbow specifically. And then you can pick the stock mechanism, all that, and you just go through and you pick what material you want it made out of, and on the top you can click through the arrows on the top and say what kind of design you want. And that'll let you customize it how you want. It'll tell you what kind of damage you're using, reload time, all kinds of things can be affected by it. Now you do have to collect the materials, obviously, or buy them from the merchant, same with the armor. But the customization available and seeing how it makes sense is really cool, something I actually would like to see more of. If the game, check it out. It's trying to get on Steam Greenlight. It's called Legends of Aethereus. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned to more for MMO Play. I want that crossbow.